Go ahead and stop our music. Possibly. All right. Austin, can you talk just so we can make sure we can hear you?
Check, check, check. Mic check.
Hey, turn you up a little bit. You want the purchase agreement first, is that correct?
Yes, please.
Oh, hey, Susan. I mean, also, it wasn't a more enthusiastic hello to Susan, but it was just because I don't see and talk to her as much, so. I'm going
completely
to. One second though, before you start, I do want to, just for safety measures, put Susan in as well as a guest host, because when I put everybody in as a guest host, or co-host, sorry, that way if one person drops off, it doesn't completely knock the other one off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and it says this is the red line, but Susan, honestly, I don't see any red lines except for at the bottom.
I think if you keep going down to paragraph, yeah, there's hardly anything. Yeah, see there it starts at the end of 13B.
Okay, but you want to start on page 7, right?
Yeah, just right there. Yeah.
Right here? Okay.
Well, actually, maybe we can, yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, there we go.
You ready for us to start, or do you have?
No, you can go ahead and start. I am trying to figure out the big screen, but yes, you can go ahead and start.
All right.
You should have them in front of you.
Yes,
You have
I
page
do.
7. No, not you. I'm sorry, Susan. Everybody there. Do you guys have it in front of you? Yes. If you don't, grab one. Go ahead, Susan.
All right, as you all
Hey.
know, every year, the masters at Rain make changes twice a year to the contract. And the July changes typically segue with changes in legislation that have happened in the General Assembly in the spring. This year, there really are only 2, and Lucy may have others that she thinks are important, but there really were only 2, I thought, notable changes to the purchase agreement. And some of these are also carried over into other of the Rain forms. So paragraph 13 on the termite inspection, in the last section of that, it talks about the very last sentence, which is the next page, page 8 of the contract. There had been a sentence that said that the VA, the buyer, would be reimbursed. If it was a veteran buyer, they would be reimbursed for the cost of the termite inspection if they had paid for it up front. And that's in paragraph, I think, 13D on page 8. The reason for that was VA regulations used to prohibit the buyer from paying for the termite report. And apparently those VA regulations have now changed. So the buyer can pay for the termite report even if it is a VA loan. So that is it's basically, they just struck the last sentence of paragraph 13D, I believe it is, on the payment for the termite inspection. Then the most significant change had to do with paragraph 14A, and I don't know if we can get down to that or not, but it's the disclosure. See, that's where they struck the termite inspection not being able to be paid by the buyer. And then in 14A, you're going to notice a lot of blue and red because no longer are you going to have separate condo disclosures in the contract, separate property owners associations, and separate co-op for the very rare case where you're selling a cooperative unit. The code, Virginia code, has been changed so that now all of the disclosure requirements are the same, whether it's a condo, a POA, or a co-op. So there's one set of disclosure requirements. There will be one uniform looking resale disclosure certificate. It doesn't matter what management company is managing the condo or the POA. All of them are going to look the same, which will make it a lot easier for you and for your clients to read it. There'll be the same items that have to be provided regardless of the type of association. What this means in the contract is basically it shortens that. There are different blocks for you to check. You have to check a block as to which type of association it is, but then the disclosure requirements are the same. The other thing that's different about it is they now, and that's the form that Thomasina just had up, there's now a different form to request the association disclosure packet. So you can see it right there. Request for common interest community resale certificate addendum. So this replaces those lengthy ones, the different ones that you had for POA and condo and co-op, and now you just have one. So that's CIC1 is the name of that form number. So be looking for that if you are putting together an offer on a property in an association. That's the one you need to include now instead of the old one. Also, when you get the resale disclosure certificate, there's a different form to acknowledge receipt, and that's form CIC2. Again, it's a simpler form. It doesn't have that long list of numbers, that you have to look at and acknowledge you got each and every one. It's basically just saying you got it. And this is, here it is, buyer's acknowledgement or receipt of common interest community resale certificate. And you can see down there where you would check which type, whether it's a condo, an old, a regular condo under the Condo Act, an old condo under the Horizontal Property Act from 60s and 70s, a POA or a co-op. So you just check that block, but you don't have a different form for each type of association. So that's probably going to simplify things. One thing that they did, though, when they made this change to the code, is they also changed it to say that the associations are allowed to require payment upfront when the resale certificate is requested. Now, those of you who've been in the business more than 4 or 5 years will remember that's how it used to be. It used to be that you had to pay upfront almost all the time. And then the code changed where the professionally managed ones couldn't require payment upfront, but now they can. I don't know whether they will, but we'll probably start seeing some of them request payment for the packages upfront, which means the seller has to pay for it upfront, or else if you're brave enough as the agent, you pay for it and can be reimbursed at closing. But we haven't seen it yet, but the change just went into effect on July 1. So that may come around the pike soon. So that is the main change really to the purchase agreement. It is pretty much identical in the unimproved lot purchase agreement. There is also a similar change in the standard listing agreement, basically where they consolidate the disclosure into one rather than having separate for condo and separate for POA. And then the same in the new construction contract.
The standard listing agreement up.
I don't think it's necessary, but if Lucy would like just to show it to people, we can pull it up. I don't remember what page it's on, but it's the same language will be in the listing agreement now. Yeah, we can take a look at it.
It's letting me, for whatever reason, share
Okay.
these, which was done a few minutes ago on both screens. You guys could see, but not everybody could.
Yeah, take a look when everyone gets to your computer. Go back and look at what Lucy and Thomasina sent you with these changes, because you really want to be conversant with them, so you're not stumbling over these changes when you're meeting with the client. So you can see where, you can see where it starts right there. Exactly. And it won't make any real difference to your clients. They won't really know the difference, but it's good for you to be aware of it, and so that you're not confused by it. They're just kind of following what you say. Well, really, that is all. The only relevant.
I'm going
Go ahead,
to, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm going to just bring up this PA one more time because they saw it there, and I want to bring it over here so that they can see it here for the purchase agreement, because for some reason it only went to, I'll pull it up on both screens, it only went to one. Just in case they have any questions on this.
Absolutely, sure.
I want to pull that up. Do you guys have any questions on this? That's what she was just going over. I know you guys have it in front of you, but.
Hey, Thomasina,
Any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
While you're on that page, and while people are thinking if they have any other questions, I did want to make a comment about that paragraph 2, where it says it is a resale of a condominium unit consisting of 3 or fewer units. As you know, largely down at the oceanfront, north end or whatever, you have some of these duplexes that have been turned into condos, but because they have 2, 3 or fewer units, there's no disclosure requirement under the Virginia code. If you're selling one of those, you can still write into the purchase agreement a requirement that the buyer have an opportunity to review the recorded declaration, plat, and bylaws. And you could even put a short contingency period. Sometimes there's not much in there that's important, but sometimes it is. And especially if you have a client buying an expensive property and they, want to know whether or not there are going to be any potential issues with the next door neighbor who owns the other side of this condominiumized duplex. So even though it's not required by law that the buyer have a right to rescind, you can still write that into the contract. You can even write in that it's, they have 5 days, to get the documents and have their attorney review them or something like that. So that's just an extra tip, not related to the current contract changes.
Okay.
All right, exciting stuff. Not really, but anyway, Austin has something different if there are no questions about.
Let me just double check the chat. Okay, we're good there. All right. Okay, Austin, do you need me to have any pages up?
No, I'll, just going to talk about a couple of things. I did want to piggyback on Susan's comments on that. We had a client recently who wanted to, rent out their 2-unit condo or their side of it for short-term rentals. And he discovered after closing that the documents actually had a prescription period. It has to be 30 days or there was some period of time in there. And the question was as well, could you just go ahead and do it anyway, since there's not really, a management board or anybody in charge of it. But this was the client who certainly made his wishes probably known to the agent and said what he wanted to do, but then found out that the documents technically prevented that. So, that would have been an instance where at least somebody can go in with eyes open to know, okay, well, here's what's in place. And we were able to amend the documents with the neighbor, and that ended up not being an issue. But again, if an ounce of prevention, pound of cure kind of thing. So what I wanted to talk about is something that, we're getting notifications from Fidelity on is impersonation fraud. Certainly everybody's familiar with the instance of, spoofing of emails and trying to take proceeds in a transaction. But what we're also hearing about is basically owners of investment property, vacant land, basically just being impersonated, from start to finish in a transaction. And the real owners finding out that their homes have been sold by somebody impersonating them from basically the first step in the transaction. So a lot of the things that we're going to do are just kind of on our end as far as making sure that we're verifying and that we know that we have the true sellers of property, that we're in control of the notary. But I think some things on y'all's end that what you'll see is, if you've got a seller that, is difficult to reach by phone, only wants to communicate by text or email, which, that's a lot of folks. The big thing that kind of sticks out as a red flag though, is the address, different from the owner's address or the tax mailing address when there's a discrepancy there. And of course, I know you guys all check, you look at the taxes and find out what they are, and you'll see at that point. And of course, in this area, we've got a lot of investors, people that own vacation homes. So, those aren't indicative that there's something fishy going on, but it is something that should trigger sort of heightened scrutiny. And so that's kind of what we're doing on our end. But it is, Fidelity has said that they just keep getting multiple instances of claims where, there are these folks out there impersonating somebody else. So we obviously all want to do our best to avoid participating in the fraud if we can. And then the other thing, is a bit of a nuance. So apparently Virginia just passed the act prohibiting foreign adversary acquisition of agricultural land. And basically, essentially the Virginia government and probably the federal government as well as they've got a list out there basically of foreign adversaries, and they're preventing these adversaries from acquiring agricultural real estate. Agricultural, not just, food production, crop production, but also animals, fowl, tobacco, nursery, floral, and silvicultural activity, which I found out is trees. So I imagine this doesn't come up too often. I've not actually seen a transaction where and well, I'll tell you, the foreign adversaries, there's a list online, and there's 6 folks listed there: the People's Republic of China, Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea, Russian Federation, which is Russia, and the Venezuelan politician Nicolas Maduro, the Maduro regime. So I've never seen a transaction with an actual country on the other side. Susan has seen one before, but so I don't imagine it's going to come up very often. But obviously, if you happen to get a contract or see a contract where there's one of these foreign adversaries, they're not going to be able to actually own if it's agricultural land. So that's just a little tidbit there. But any questions about either of those?
Let me check the chat just to make sure. Nope.
Well, that's what we've got.
No. Any questions for Susan or Austin while they're on here? Anything in the chat? That was
I
fast.
just want to say
Go ahead.
something. I want to tell you guys how much I appreciate your attention to our agents and their ability to reach out to you basically 24/7. You guys really, really have helped out in kind of urgent situations and helped solidify what I thought was the right information and keep our agents in a good place for their deals.
Yeah.
So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, round of applause for them, guys. I mean, for real.
Well, it's
They're
our
amazing.
pleasure to be a
They
support.
really are amazing.
We're all
It's
in
our
this
pleasure.
together. Yes.
Is there anything, Lucy, you want to add to the rain docs, like any FYI, like anything you want to hammer on?
Yeah, the one thing that is new, and Jed and I have gone around with this week already, is that the buyer now has the ability to rescind their right to terminate the contract based on the HOA docs. So they still cannot rescind their right to receive the documents or review the documents. They cannot waive their 3-day right of review. However, they can say, this deal shall not terminate based on anything I find in these documents. If you've got the buyer, the answer is no, you don't do that. However, if you're on the list side and you've got somebody who's got knowledge about the community, who can give actual information, and the buyer says, yeah, I'm good, I don't need, or they get the documents, they go through them in a day and they're like, I'm done, I'm good, I'm ready to close. They can waive the rest of that right to terminate based on the documents, but they cannot ever waive their right to receive and review the documents. So I want y'all to be clear on that. I was able to give Jed information about what to write in an amendment so that the buyer could waive their right to terminate and they can move forward to closing faster than that 3-day period.
If it's going in the contract,
I'm sorry?
if it's going in the purchase contract and that's decided prior to writing it, it would go in other provisions.
Yes. Or I would put it in other contingencies.
not-
Because you're waiving the contingency, let's go ahead and put it in a spot that makes sense. And I've got the terminology since I had to come up with it for Jed yesterday or Saturday, whenever it was, whenever we did that. So yeah, we've now got the terminology for that. And I know how to help you process that information. So that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And the timeline, I think you're gonna have to probably be a little bit patient with the association.
Oh, I was gonna say, that is the biggest hurdle of all of this and anyone is these associations.
They all now have new rules they have to follow. All of the resale packages have to have a common content, table of contents. They all have to follow the same format. I honestly don't know how early this year these communities were told about these changes. I didn't find out about them till mid-June. So if they didn't find out till mid-June and they were expected to enact these changes July 1st, I think it's a big ask. So
Get together and vote for that.
understood. So now we've added on to the mountain of garbage and it's teetering. So I think you all need to be prepared for closer to 21 days for documents,
I know.
hoping for the best.
Might as well prepare for it. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't, right? But
So what, give an
Yes.
example.
Go ahead.
So,
Go for it.
here, come here, come up here.
All right, so I had the listing side on this contract and the buyer was already approved, not pre-qualified, not pre-approved. He was approved. All of his documents had been submitted. All, the underwriting was all done. They just needed to find the property, have the appraisal. So we had I think it was like 24 days or something like that was the close time. Well, they did have a 7-day PICA. They did the inspection and I ordered them the day I got the PICRA from them stating no repairs. So I did my part. I ordered the documents when I was supposed to. But even if you rush order documents, which Lucy made me aware of, even if you rush order documents, the community association still has 14 days. Is it business? It's not business days. 14 calendar days to get you those documents. So do the math. If your closing is coming up, make sure you order them so that they're not coming in 2 days after closing. So, and that's what happened to us. We were supposed to close on the 7th, the 14th. They had until the 10th because of the 14 days. And even though we rush ordered the documents and paid them $70 extra, they don't have to turn them in. So now we're fighting to get $70 back. But that's what happened, short close date. And they said that because of the new laws, they were having to redo everything. And it took extra time for them to get us the documents.
And I would also recommend, especially if you're a listing agent, and knowing that if you've got a good property that's well priced, it's gonna go quickly. I don't know that I would wait on ordering the resale package, because if you think it's gonna take longer, you can always get that resale certificate updated for a nominal fee, and it'll happen much faster than getting the whole package.
Mhm.
So if you end up with, and I think the packages are good for 30 to 60 days. I'm not sure which, I think it's gonna be lender dependent. But that resale certificate, just that front page with all of the monetary situation and the month to date information can easily be updated. Yes, it's an extra fee. But I think that might be a way to sort of combat this. I would say the minute you have a ratified contract, go ahead and order it, because you can always have that one section updated for.
Mhm. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, you have to have the buyer's name to order it. So, because this package is addressed to the purchase. So, but this is the way to kind of meet in the middle, but be prepared for some frustrating times with associations. I'd
It's,
say for the next 90 days.
I mean, it's ridiculous. He literally couldn't find anybody, no matter, he went to them and still couldn't find anybody. He called the managers. He did everything he could. He could not find me. He called me and I was like, I can't make somebody disappear. He called another agent. They said, do a wellness check, call the police. I mean, it
Yeah.
was ridiculous trying to, yeah. I mean, they weren't going to do that, but I mean, there was like nothing left to do to find these people. I mean, it was ridiculous, but we did everything we could. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, hi, Thomasina.
Yes.
Hi, this is Aruna. I wanted to add to that situation. I had a situation last year with the condo association. So we rush ordered, everything was ready, but then the condo wouldn't release the papers because the owners had some prior violations. They
Uh-huh.
had to
Yeah,
remove their fence, and they wouldn't release the whole package until the violations were cleared.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's standard. Yeah, that's standard.
Yeah.
They definitely won't until those violations are clear. This one,
Yeah, and
unfortunately, the people at the association were not there, period. The person who had
Oh.
the paper,
Mhm.
yeah, they were not there. Like the manager at the association was gone. And then the manager's
Yeah.
manager was like, I don't know anything about it. And then the people working there were like, I'm new, I don't know anything about it. Literally what happened.
Mhm.
Like it was so bad. But yeah, that's a good point,
Yeah.
Aruna. They will.
Yeah, in my
release-
case, yeah, the manager is one of the is living in the community. So we were like, me, the listing agent, and me, we were like, we need to get this done within 10 days, you know, we need it as soon as possible. And we made it work. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad
Thank
that
you.
you finally got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very stressful. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pain in the tail there. I mean, if there's anything in our industry besides the actual clients that really have us like run around, which I mean, you know, we are there to work for them for sure, you know, like we expect it. It's these BOA and COA, it's truly a very difficult battle. Like I almost feel like I could create a management company and make money off of a management company that manages all of them. But if they're almost a monopoly, but you know,
yeah, and the
it's
seller
sad.
is like, yeah, seller was like, no, I do not have any violation. I cleared that like ages ago. They're like pulling records from like 6 years back and saying, no, you didn't clear it. And he had to go through his email trail to prove it. And still they insisted they removed the fence, which was
That's
past
another
due.
good
So
point too. Yeah, that's
and
another
now
good point too.
whose headache is it? Is it the sellers or the new buyers, right?
It's
Yeah.
ours. It's ours, depending on whoever we're representing. Yeah, because here's the thing, I mean, and it's both of their headaches because the seller can't sell and the buyer can't buy. Like it's everybody.
Yeah,
Like everyone's
yeah.
gonna
It's
go.
like we
Okay.
didn't know if it was
But
gonna happen. Yeah.
that's a good point, though, that if you do have a seller, that's one thing you can ask them. Did they have any violations in the past? Make sure that it's clear, like day one, like as you sign, make sure they're
Before
clear
listing.
because we've had this happen in the past. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Thompson.
Do you
What's
Can-
for the document?
well,
Say that
I don't
again?
think I can hear you. She's talking.
So what I want you to do in your CIC one is I want you to write in there that seller agrees to remedy any and all violations that come in this resale package. If the front door is the wrong color, if the trash can is out of code, if the grass is too long, if the fence is illegal, you want all that in the signed contract that they have already agreed to remedy it. Because we have had situations where there were violations, the community wasn't gonna hold up closing, they were just gonna simply hold the buyer responsible to fix these problems after they moved in. And the buyer's like, no, I didn't do it, why should I have to fix it? Why do I need to paint the front door that you painted a wrong color? And the seller said, well, do you wanna buy my house?
Mhm.
If you wanna buy my house, you're gonna be responsible, because I'm not. So when you end up in that kind of a tug of war, if you have prepared ahead of time with the documents and the statement on that document that says seller agrees to remedy any and all violations that show up in the resale certificate, you're covered.
3 months payment for that. Do anything until it's refill time.
And they don't hold the seller to it, they'll go after the buyer. So protect your people.
That's great. Lisa, you brought that
agree.
up because I think some people assume, agents and buyers assume that if there are violations that the seller is obligated to fix them, but there's nothing in the law that requires the seller to if it's not agreed to contractually. Yeah, so if you don't catch it, if you don't put that in your CIC one, then you need to make sure to do an addendum within the 3 days to make sure the seller is going to agree to fix them or not. So.
And I want you to know that you got 2 thumbs up from Susan while you were talking.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
I saw her. She went like this.
Yes.
And that was exciting. That was exciting. It's the small things. It's the small things that we love. All right. Anyone have anything else? All right. I have one thing I want to give out, and then Mark from Priority is going to come up and talk, and then Matt, and then I have another thing to give out, and then we'll go into our lenders. So while Susan and Austin are on here, top closing agents for Tomahawk Title year to date, these are the top people that have closed the most with Jones Walker and Lake Tomahawk Title. Deja, which she is not here. Deja, we have a beautiful here. Bottle of beach vodka for you with a little card. Leave it here at the office so that you can have a round of applause for Deja. Christy Hall, want to put this up here? Jordan Hoskins, who's here, I'm gonna walk hers back though, because. Right now. And Luna Shakita Holmes, come up and get your. I have such a hard time with you two when you don't sit together.
Me too.
How am I supposed to look at you both and give my look to you if you're not beside of each other? Congratulations. All right, Mark from Priority Pest, come on up, Mark. They didn't send me that thing, so you're just gonna have to have that as your background right now. So Mark, just so you know, short story, Mark has been with me since I've gotten my license, like Priority Pest has been since I got my license. So they do all of my personal inspections, they always
too.
have, and Lucy's, and Jordan, a lot of people, so
I have all the contracts with them right now.
yes. They're amazing. The one thing I loved about them before I ever really started using them fully is that they never tried to upsell me. They never tried to give me things that I didn't need. They didn't try to, like, I would have to ask them, but what if I wanted that, Mark? And he's like, well, why do you want that, Thomasina? Let's talk through it. And so I appreciated that because I'm the type of person that I want every bell and whistle on what I have, but it doesn't always mean it's a good idea, right? So you got to kind of like talk me off the ledge when I'm there. And he's always done that. I mean, one time we had a mouse, right? I had a mouse in my house. I was freaking out because I mean, I have OCD. And I'm like, you gotta come out here, there are rats everywhere. And he's like, let's put some traps. We're just gonna put some traps. I was like, no, like we need to have the whole place like burned down. And he's like, no, let's put some traps and see what we do. Sure enough, we got 2 tiny little mice. That was it. There was nothing else. I was freaking out for no reason, but I'm like I had everything taken off the shelf, everything, the counters. I had 5 maids and like it was ridiculous. And Mark's like, he's checking on me every week. Got anything else in the trap? I'm like, no. He's like, there's been a lot of rain. You have water out back. Their home's got water. Like he was very nice and kind, but that's just one thing. Whereas like another company would have came in and done everything that I said, right? They would have done every single thing. Yes.
I can say Mark.
Yeah. Ever.
Everything else, yes.
Yeah.
Termite moisture.
Yeah. Even my home, so the home I have now, this was 10 years ago, when he came out, he was like, listen, you don't need sand and stuff right now, but you're going to, you know, so I'm just letting you know, put that on your list. Like, it's just really great. I'm gonna let you talk, of course, but I like when it's a personal experience, you guys know, I'm gonna really like give you exactly what I've done and what I've had. But I'm gonna let you talk here, and then I will move it up here so I can see you also online, but I will let you have.
I
the floor.
appreciate that burst of energy for this. And I know all y'all been in this business for quite a while, and there's some new people here. You have your termite guy, he's your guy or whatever, not trying to take anything away from them, but just so you know, we are here if you need anything. I've been doing this for a little over 28 years. We have 5 inspectors at our office, and our office has grown over the 18 years of being into it. And it's actually gotten into other parts of the industry doing foundation work and everything else, but that's not what I do. I do termite and moisture inspections, or if you need something for your personal house or anything like that. One thing this time of year, trying to sell a house in the Hampton Roads area is humidity right now. If it's on a crawl space, that's going to be a big concern. You know, you might have had a pre-listing done back in May or June and the crawl spaces were good. We're going to go under a crawl space and it could be sweating. On a moisture report, 3 things that we have to answer, because just like with all the rain book, the contracts and everything else, ours is simple, but there's a lot of things that a lot of problems that our company inherits, because if you have a little bit of moisture, and every home inspector calls out biogrowth. Well, when we do a moisture inspection, we can care less if it's biogrowth, it's wood decay fungus. And wood decay fungus has to be in upwards of 25, 28% to
Yep.
have some type of wood decay fungus, but home inspector's gonna call it biogrowth. We can still treat that, but right now, we're dealing with excessive moisture because of humidity. I went to a house yesterday, and every floor joist in that house was rotten. Every
Oh,
girder was rotten. And you can see where they went in there and put.
was it
drainage-
close to the water?
No, it was in Kimsville.
Oh,
And, you know, my thinking is if I try to read a crystal ball, it's probably an older couple, they've probably been in the house for 30 or 40 years. They've done everything cosmetically and never thought about the crawl space. Well, when I had to work up a proposal to fix everything under there, it's almost $40,000. That's a big number to swallow, but this didn't happen overnight. And insulation soaking wet, water was dripping, and then you get to the point of, is it healthy for us to crawl under the house? Because a few years ago, a termite guy got electrocuted under the house.
oh my
So
gosh.
that's little concerns that we deal with right now. Termites are termites. We're gonna deal with any type of wood destroying insects on that report. It's not just a termite report, but it's also powdery beetles, wood borers, carpenter ants, carpenter bees. So as June, July gets in, the carpenter bees start flying, they're gonna say, well, that should be put on a report. Unless I see them going in a hole, we don't put those on a report. Like Tom Messina says, we're not trying to upsell something. We're trying to provide a good product for your client, whether they're selling it or whether they're buying it. And at the very end of it, once we either do a termite treatment or if the house has never had any termites, we can offer them a yearly warranty. It's just $125 a year. A lot of y'all work on referral, so 4, 5, 10 years down the road, when they go to sell it, if they had an issue with termites, they're gonna have to have it because of the code that if you've ever had a previous infestation, if you're not under a current policy, people still hold that to what the termite report is. So with that being said, we're going out on a regular basis. We're making sure, just like that other house, somebody's looking at it on a regular basis. We do offer pest services for spiders, crickets,
Yeah.
mice.
Mhm,
I didn't,
Ants, I haven't had ants in
it's true. It's really good for ants.
that's a good thing with all this rain.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you
really
already
good. They're
started,
really
so
good with
you're gonna
ants.
have these problems. The
You will when they first come out there. I will tell you, when they first come out,
Yes,
you
I'll
will
have
have an abundance of ants and they will increase because they're all running.
Yeah, I have not. I have not
But they're-
had-
Yep, that's it.
months.
Yeah, then that's it. They're done. You won't have them ever again.
And my biggest thing I try to say is I'm just an inspector there. I'm not the owner. I'm
Yep.
not a manager or anything like this. But if you ever have a problem, I try to make it so that everything goes by
Mm-hmm.
smoothly. If there's a problem, you've got a point of contact that you can call and I can make things
Yeah.
happen.
Do you have your phone on you, Mark?
I do.
Okay, great. Everybody grab your phone. This is a giveaway. So get your phone out. And I want you to add a contact. You're gonna put Mark. His info's up there, if you can see it. Oh, if you can. Mark, you're gonna put Priority Pest. Phone number 757-241-1165. Lucy, you cannot play this game.
Of course, I never get.
I know. I'm gonna count backwards from 5. The first person to text Mark that says I have your info gets a bottle of wine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who was the first one to text you? You can play online too, guys.
Yeah.
Jed, bottle of wine. It's okay. No, that's all right.
Number 2.
Okay, who's number 2? Who's number 2? Sorry.
Rebecca.
Rebecca. All right, Rebecca, you get a bottle of
Oh,
wine.
thank you.
We have it. Okay, we got it in here for you. It's just a fun way for me to get contacts into your phone in case you ever, because people always ask me, hey, do you have this type of person? Do you have that type of person? Honestly, I don't do real estate anymore, right? So I don't sell property. I don't take buyers out. A lot of things I don't have. I think someone asked me yesterday if I had a contractor and I was like, I don't have a contractor. But I will tell you this, your top agents in the office use people like that all the time. But there are certain people that I do use. So a home inspector, a loan officer, termite and moisture. That's about it. You can ask me and I can do a roofer. I have a roofer, which I also got from an agent though. So
Whether y'all use us or not, if there's anything I can ever help you with. You know, I tell homeowners when I go there, if they want to do it themselves, I'll tell you how to do it. You know,
Oh, why? Why would you want to? Yeah.
and that's it. There's a lot of things I don't do myself. I've got a point in my life now. I can't do it.
yeah.
But it's just, I'm a wealth of knowledge and I don't
Yeah.
mind giving it out if there's something I can help
Mhm.
with or anything like this. Thomasina, Jordan, everybody's got my phone number. If there's
Yes.
anything we can do as a company or.
Did you bring some cards?
I do have some. I'll
Okay,
leave
put them out
there.
there if you don't mind.
Uh,
And you're welcome to stay and have food and do whatever you'd like to.
General point.
Yeah. Okay, well, I feel for you.
But if anything I do, if y'all ever got any questions, please don't hesitate, call me or text me,
Yeah.
anything we could do as a company.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to make sure it's right. And you're always gonna have something bad. I mean, I do enjoy it when some realtors, you got the buyer side, you got the seller side, and you fight, I want my guy, and I happen to be that one on both sides. But you're gonna have those ones that's had a bad experience with priority, or you're gonna have a bad experience with somebody. I always say it's the individual that you deal with. They're gonna make it right for the company. And that's a big thing that I try to do for as long as I've been doing this work.
And then, please come to all the team meetings if you want to. I know I tell you that all the time, but you're welcome to come
Yes,
to anyone you want. I know.
I'm trying to get.
I know, he's so busy. But I will tell you this, what we're doing now, which you'll see here in a second, if you are, if you'll see, if you send us a video, just some factual information or anything on, I'll pop the video in so that you.
And we're also, we've got a new office, a new building,
Mhm.
and Devin is trying to create teachable moments,
Oh, nice,
things like that.
sweet.
Have people come over,
Yeah.
cook out, stuff like that.
We
So
love that.
that is something that's in the process. We're still working on.
Tell me about our, because he may not be here by the end, just tell me about our family fun day if he wants to come.
Good meeting y'all guys. Good seeing y'all. Like I said, if y'all need anything.
Mark, it was great seeing you again. Love you. And we'll see you
Yep. Bye,
next
guys.
time. I know he's got a dental appointment, so. All right, Matt from homes.com. Notice I didn't say home snap. Notice I didn't say that. We have not changed this logo yet because you haven't supplied me with one. Okay.
I'll get you a better headshot.
Okay, cool. And then we'll change it. So right now it still says home snap, but he's got some great updates. I've been talking to him over the past couple weeks. He's probably ready to pull my hair out. Because I have tried to go through all of our websites and different things. We had a little bit of hiccups. He has helped out tremendously. I will say this. The 800 number is great, right? And I'm not saying this for you to all bombard, but the 800 number is great. It's always your first option. But I'm telling you right now, if you do not get the answer, text Matt, because I tried the 800 number. There was an issue. It wasn't a common one. There was an issue. And we went every which way till Sunday. They even had me get a new site and everything. And he had it fixed. And I'm going to say 5 seconds.
Literally, yeah.
He's like, can I put IT on my resume now? And I'm like, yes, you can. Like, yes, you can. This has been like a week. We've been back and forth this. So if you do have like an issue with anything with the new site or anything, it's going to redirect. You don't really have to do anything. Just let him know, but he's been tremendous. I'm going to let him tell you a few things. Do you want to plug in or are you good? You want on here? Is there anything you need?
If you.
Yep.
If I could plug in, that would be fantastic.
You definitely can plug in.
Or you know what, even better. If
They're not
you-
going to see on Zoom
if
though.
You can pull it up
Yep.
yourself.
Yep. That way they
We'll
can
just
see
show
it
you.
on Zoom,
That works for me.
if you don't mind.
And if you just pull up a homes.com page.
Mhm. Maybe, no, let me get this down. Well, actually, I can just use the same one. That way we can see it the same.
Yeah, and while you're pulling that up, I can, I'll kind of intro it
Mhm.
off if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just homes.com itself.
yes.
Mhm.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? All right. So obviously, if you didn't notice, in the past couple of weeks, there were a lot of changes with HomeSnap and Homes.com. And we've talked over the past couple months on how the migration of HomeSnap into Homes.com was going to be happening slowly and surely, but officially, if a consumer goes on to HomeSnap right now, they will be redirected to Homes.com. So that was the big change that happened a couple of weeks ago. Now, I will clarify something. The tools that you guys have, whether we're talking about property lines, rapid CMAs, whether we're talking about heat maps, all of the tools that you have in HomeSnap are still live. They're not going away. You have access to those right now. The only change was that consumers will now be redirected to homes.com. And so part of this is also, hey, let's make sure our profiles are good to go on homes.com, that we know how to use them, that we know how to handle them. And then I'll show you a couple of the neat updates that came with homes.com. Okay.
I have it up there.
Perfect.
I'm having it in 2 different places, so
Yeah, that's fine.
we can do 2 different ones. Okay.
So if you want to do a search for,
Mhm.
do a search for Great Bridge, that's where I am. And
We're
we'll
doing 2
start,
places, so
no, it's fine.
go ahead.
Oh, it's going to Great Bridge. It's going to a
Oh,
listing,
Florida.
yeah.
Well, gotta be more specific.
Great Bridge, Virginia.
That's nice that it kind of like went there.
It grabbed the first. result.
Yeah.
And then Go to
can't
neighborhood.
see.
Yep, right there.
Right there it is.
Great Bridge. Yep. All right, so we'll use Great Bridge. This is my local area. This is where I am. I'm going to show you one of the updates that just happened about 2 weeks ago. And is currently this type of content is being built out for every neighborhood, every area across Hampton Roads, across literally the country. So Thomas, you do this for me, that first
Yeah.
listing that can't read it, the 532, the 615,000.
Okay. What do you want me to do with it? You want to select it?
Yep, I want you to click into that.
Okay.
And then I will show you some of the content that's being created.
This one?
Yep. So we click into that one. Consumers are now going to have access to a lot of local demographic type information. So can I do something real quick?
Oh, yeah, you just gotta do it twice.
Okay, so actually we can do this. If we go into Great Bridge,
Mhm.
and then if you want to do the same thing on the other
Yeah.
screen.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
All right, this is the type of content that Homes.com's team is currently building out for neighborhoods across the country. And again, this is
Mm.
not something that HomeSnap ever had.
Oh,
And
this is nice.
yep, so Great Bridge, I'm just gonna use it again, because that's my local backyard, that's where I am. But we have on-staff photographers, on-staff content writers.
So do we have permission to use all this
Yeah.
as pros? So we can use all their pictures. We're not gonna get in
You can-
trouble.
You can send these, now, it's just a page, you'd be able to send that page.
Can we use the pictures?
Um,
Like videos and stuff. That's what
for
I'm
the
thinking.
video, so let me show you.
No, there's a
There
video.
is literally a video. I don't know where your mouse is, but.
Yeah, it's
play
in
the
a different
video.
place.
Okay.
Sorry. All
So
right.
This first one is a video that's already been created. Is this being recorded? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. But we could talk about that.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, you can have it.
Twice, yeah.
But this is what's being created right
Nestled in the beautiful city of Chesapeake, Virginia, is the historic Great Bridge community. Most of the houses in Great Bridge were built after 1980 and are large, single-family homes.
I got it. It's running
Most
twice. It's
properties have
dually. Yeah,
spacious
because.
yards.
Screen and there. Hold on though. Let's pause this one for a second.
Playgrounds and trails for those who can't get enough time outside. Great Bridge.
Hold on. I want them to see it too.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, you're fine.
Sorry, guys, for the
Excellent
lagging. We got it
schools
going on
of
two
both
different
public
ones.
And private varieties.
This is nice.
And Great Bridge High School is known for its rigorous academics.
Okay, so hopefully that'll stop there for a second.
Yeah.
I can hit play over here so they can. Well, I have it going twice, so it was like,
Beautiful city of Chesapeake, Virginia,
There we go.
is the historic Great Bridge community. Most of the houses in Great Bridge.
It doesn't lag if you don't have them going at the same
1980
time.
And are large, single-family homes. Most properties have spacious yards. However, Great Bridge has many parks, playgrounds, and trails for those who can't get enough time outside. Great Bridge
So they
has
can
excellent
download this
schools
and
of
use
both
it.
public and
So
private
use the links.
varieties. And Great Bridge High School is known for its rigorous academics as
Okay, so
well
you
as
can-
its top
you
tier
can see
wrestling
that, which is
program.
nice.
Just
So
a short
it's the photos that I was talking about, like, they're there.
Mhm.
So they're there.
We'll leave it at that.
So they're there. So they're there. They're there. There they are. See them? See where they're at under photos?
Yeah, it's under that link that says photo.
Photos is right
Yeah.
there. They're there.
The one.
I just want to say that they're there. All right. So I love the video. The thing is with the video, it can't download, but there's a link. So you can put the link in anywhere that you want. You know, it's great for advertisement. It's great to send out. It's great to use as a link for you to use as marketing. You don't have to make the video. It's already done for you. These pictures are high resolution with a photographer, which I think are amazing. So if it's anywhere up and around there, wonderful pics. Like, this is something that's of value to you guys for marketing on getting leads or to photo case your listing or even for your buyers, right? Like if they're looking in a certain area, say, here's some info.
Also for,
Mhm. Yeah, but the video's not coming from, say, here is some information from,
we are a data aggregate. Yep.
mhm.
Yep. So,
It's not your statement.
right.
And it's like, you cannot say that you made the video, obviously, that would be a lie anyway, right? But this is, here's a video that comes from one of our providers, homes.com, blah, 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 blah. But for you to advertise, I mean, it'd be really good. Also, I probably know your photographer, your videographer. That's great.
The other thing to think about too
Because
is
it's not good.
for
Like,
those
that's
buyers,
universal in any state, just so you know.
so for the buyers that have not connected with you yet. So think about
Mhm.
buyers because homes.com is about to launch. We've been currently told end of summer is when our national advertising campaign is going to launch. When that launches, there will be a lot of buyers that haven't connected with you guys yet, that will just come browsing. the
What's
area.
launching and what's happening?
Our national advertising.
Oh, the
campaign.
national
So our
advertisement
Celebrity
campaign, got it.
spokesperson, our
Yeah.
commercials, everything will start launching.
And then they'll be able to come in and search for the agent that they.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. So that's why it's so important. Now, I will say, if you go searching neighborhoods locally, not all of them are completed. This literally just went live a week and a half ago, okay? So they are actively being built as we speak. I was up in New Jersey working with the brokerage and talked about one particular area. They didn't have it live, and then the next day it was live. So literally this type of content is being released as we speak, okay?
Yep.
But the biggest thing to keep in mind is that this is what consumers have access to right now. It's live. I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of it.
Mhm.
There are a bunch of agents I've talked to that are going to use this to help themselves as well, right?
Yeah.
Our research team will be reaching out to local experts. So you may get a call from one of our researchers saying, hey, can you help us write out this content, write out this article, give us what do people do on a Saturday morning? Where do people go Friday night? That's the type of content that we're adding into homes.com for the local areas. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a great added bonus. I mean, the pictures are great, the video is great, like there's the whoops, I can't see. I know there's an
Oh,
arrow
thing.
over here, right?
Yeah, it's hidden behind the chat. Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Okay. I
Yep.
mean, and that, where that's at, that's over by where Kelly's used to be, but now they're building, it's not Bonefish, what is it? Off the Hook. That's across from Off the Hook.
Yep.
That's where we take the boat all the time. That's the farmer's
farmer's
market
market.
at the park.
Great Bridge.
Yeah, it was a good one to pick because I know the area.
Yep. I live in Dominion Lake, so right off of the Great Bridge area.
Where the heck's that?
Ocean
That is
Front.
not Great Bridge.
No, that's not. They're also, but they're going to be part of this, in the video talks about how it's 20 minutes. Yeah. 20 minutes to the ocean front. And so they.
Well, don't get confused. So make sure
Great Bridge
that
has beachfront.
you guys may want to name these.
They're adding captions and
Good,
everything.
yeah,
Yep.
because new agents or people into the area, they'd be like, this is Great Bridge, and now we are in trouble.
No, all the captions are being added. We have a team dedicated to that. I was actually in Richmond. They're based in Richmond. But I was in Richmond. I met with the team, and that was their next big project, was adding captions to all the photos.
Yeah. Are your photographers for hire for agents to utilize for listings?
That is a great question. So
I have
as of
all the good
now,
questions
we do.
today.
As of now, no. Eventually, one of the main products that homes.com will have down the road
Mhm.
potentially will include listing photography, videography, drone footage, and everything.
Really?
I hadn't told you that yet.
You had not, that's new, that is
Yep.
new. Anything
gonna
else
be
on
down the
here
road.
before I show them something?
No, honestly, the biggest thing that I can say is just use your login from HomeSnap. It's the same login. If you
Mhm.
have any issues, most of you have my number. If you don't, Thomasina has my number. Reach out to me and I can help get you logged in. But just go in and make sure. Actually, one tip I forgot to add. If you have a video, whether it's Coastal Realty video or whether it's your own video introducing yourself, your team, whatever, I would highly suggest adding that to your profile. One of the additions that we added to Homestock, well, I say we, but development added to homes.com was the ability for consumers with one click to filter out any agent profile without a video.
Oh,
So if you don't have a video and
really?
a consumer does that, your profile is not being seen when they go to search for
Oh,
top agents in Virginia Beach and
Gotcha.
wherever, right? So
Well, that's
tip of
not,
the trick. In your profile, there's the ability to add a video. And I would highly recommend that everybody add a video, even if it's just a quick Instagram style introduction of the clip. I know we hate taking videos of ourselves, but it could be a coastal town realty video. It could be anything. We just want to get a video into your profile so that your profile isn't eliminated when the consumers go searching for top agents in the area.
And if I share a listing with my client, does it show my information or the actual listing agent?
Great question. As long as we're connected with the agent or with the buyer, it'll only show your information, just like it did on Home.
So like, what do you mean by connected? I gotta send them the invite to.
Well, if they're already connected, they're connected.
If you're connected in HomeSnap, that connection remains the same in homes.com. You don't have to go reconnect with those people.
Mhm.
Okay, if
Did
it's
we
somebody
get to sign
new,
up? Like if I got a new buyer, I
Yep.
send him a home snap text. He's not signed up on home snap.
right,
What does he see?
he sees the listing agent on HomeSnap.
Yeah, but make them sign up first. So you can send them a link to sign up. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you go to, whoops. Where's the leads thing, the crap,
Go into homes.com.
oh, it's my website.
Oh, I see. You were gonna do.
I want to show them leads.
about-
Yeah, okay.
And then the get in touch piece.
Yeah, okay, so if you go to, whoop, sorry, about. And they can go here to put their info in, but I want to go to the, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the
Okay.
leads. There's a button that says leads and then you send them the info.
Yeah, that would be in your homes.com profile. Vaguely, okay. Yep, when you log into your homes.com profile. Mhm. It's actually, there's a button in the top right corner that just says invite client. And you just type their email address in and that's it.
Okay, sign,
Yep.
I'm already logged in. Hold on. Let me go in here.
Yep, their email address.
Can we text it to them?
Texting is coming soon.
You can text it to them though. You can text the link to them for sure.
The profile link. Yep.
Yeah, you can text the link. Hold on, I'll show you. Okay, so here, let me show them on here.
Right.
Phone number and send it.
Yeah.
So go to your, yeah, go to dashboard. And then invite client will be
Right.
right there. There you
Yeah,
go.
there it is. Okay.
Yep.
And then
There's all your clients.
for the people online, hit invite client and then
Type email
you can type
address,
whatever email you want.
Yep. And then.
But this
and
is
then
the link that you can do to send that. Now
Yep.
over here. Show you guys where it's at, maybe. Go to your dashboard after you sign into homes.com and here's the invite client.
And again.
So I
all
think
the-
it's right here if you copy.
What's
huh?
that? So leads would be actual leads that were generated from homes.com. So whether a lead came in off your profile or you're a listing agent and a lead comes in off one of your listings. This is part of what you can do. You can check any leads that have come in. And then under listings, you can
Oops.
see how well your
Going off
listings are
the
doing
site.
in homes.com. So you'd be able to see how many views, how many people have favorited them. If an agent has looked at the listing themselves, so that way, maybe you reach out to them and say, hey, well, you.
Sorry about that, guys.
Well,
Here's
the-
the dashboard. Okay, so if you do right here, if you right click and you can copy the link. And I'm pretty sure that it'll take it. I think so.
You guys
We're gonna
finding out
find,
stuff
we're gonna
today.
find out here in a second. Hold on.
Either way, what I will say is that texting is being added very soon, either way. So we just are finishing working through, there's a lot of new regulations with TCPA rules and everything that our legal team is currently working through. But it's just a matter of time before the text feature. Right now, it's mainly email unless we find a workaround to be able to text it out.
Or I wonder if, so let's do this. Let me see. Let me do this. What if you sent it to yourself and is it the same link for everybody?
What I would, so
Lucy, what's your email?
Compliance.
Compliance at coastal. Okay, I just sent you the invite, Lucy. Can you click on it in your email? And then I want you to forward it to me and I want to see what happens.
And while we're doing this, I want to throw out a shameless plug.
Uh-huh.
I'm married to a voiceover guy.
Oh,
He's got a
Yeah.
professional set up in the house.
He really does.
He doesn't work for free, but he does work.
Yeah. Do you have a sheet that he could make up of prices for things?
I would have to discuss with him.
Yeah, ask him. It might get him some more business if he wants.
He fills in for Jack Akerson at the Tides. He's the announcer for the Norfolk Admirals. He
Mhm.
does Norfolk State football and basketball. He does ODU volleyball. He does
Wow.
those.
I love that.
He would work for you guys too.
Yeah, I love that.
Here's some pending. Boy, look at all my
I'm not
pending.
getting the email.
You didn't get it?
Nope.
Maybe I didn't spell it right. Compliance at,
Town with an E.
yep, coastaltown.com, right?
Yeah,
I love you.
Because
Because it's on, I hit Lucy and it automatically sends.
Hello.
He doesn't. No, please don't hit this.
I just tried it again.
But yeah, if you want to check out his work, go to
That
briangimble.com.
one for my other email address, and it didn't come through either.
Yeah, I'm still.
Well, all right.
It just worked the other day when we tried it. So you'll have to look into that. Anyway, I really, yeah, because I want to know what that link, yeah.
And you check spam? Okay.
I said spam.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we literally did it. So
Yep.
we'll have to see. Maybe they're working on something. I don't know. But anyway, it's a great way to promote your homes, also do advertisement, marketing. Like you said, there's more marketing coming out. Get this down first. Also, don't forget that you can attach links to your own personal website. So I have a personal website. Let's just do.
Yes,
Yes.
that's still okay. Yep.
And it will send them.
Yeah, you can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, we're just in a weird
Still that
middle
door.
ground. Yeah.
Mhm.
We're just in a weird middle
Yeah.
ground right now because
So
they're making the switch transition to homes.com.
So my website, just so you all know, like I have a lot of my links. Let me get, I'm doing double. I have a lot of my links for these to go directly to the HomeSnap pages. There's like, if even for a CMA, I use the HomeSnap CMA. So you can literally click here. Let me get, I'm double doing it here because I didn't have it up on the. And it's gonna go directly into my HomeSnap
Yep.
website.
Still live.
And they type in the address and it sends them a CMA.
Yep.
And then it sends me their info. Like that is directly from this. So then you can advertise that link, you can do whatever. All you have to do is connect whatever you want into it. It's super easy, but most of my stuff's connected right into the homes.com because it's already made up and done. It's just easier that way than hiring and making and doing. They already have it done for me. I think my son, he went in there the other day and was like trying to redo it because everything changed with the new homes.com on mine for some reason. And I think he had it all up and done, maybe 10 minutes, just switching over the links. It was super easy. Yeah. But you can attach it. It's really easy. There, even the search you can do and it'll grab the info, but everything on HomeSnap is still there that you had, but this is just even more. And he's also going to be here after the meeting in case you guys want to do any one-on-ones or look at anything as well.
Yep, I'll hang around. And again, I can't reiterate enough. Keep my number. If you want a quick Zoom, if you want to meet up at some point, I am traveling a decent bit just
Okay.
for this position,
Let's-
but I would be more than happy to.
Okay. All right, let's see what it says.
Yeah.
Lily says, I'm trying to sign into homes.com, but I'm having issues signing in. What is his number? I'm saying my email is not found. Let him know that I'm trying to sign in with my HomeSnap credentials. Lily, it's on our Facebook page, on our group page. If you go onto our group pages at the top, they're all their phone number and information is posted there.
Yep.
Rebecca.
That's my number.
Oh, there you go. Rebecca just posted it there for you. Perfect. Do I delete the HomeSnap Pro app as their home? No, do not delete anything. Everything still works. Is there any?
Thank you.
I think we did everything else, right?
Yeah.
On here. Okay, just making sure. Okay, just making sure that we had everything up there. All right.
Yeah, don't delete your HomeSnap again. All the tools are still live in HomeSnap. It's just now consumer traffic is being pushed to homes.com. And so that's where the confusion was happening in the past couple of weeks. I'm going to be working fairly closely now with Coastal Town just to make sure that you guys are aware, especially of all the changes that are happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, absolutely.
any other questions?
Any questions in the chat or anything here?
Ask me. As you guys have questions, shoot me a text, let me know, all right?
Yeah, well, he's going to be here. Like I said, he'll be here. He will be here after. So he can definitely, okay, I was gonna say, he can definitely answer. And if not, you can always text him,
Yeah.
call him. Yep.
Yeah.
He's more than happy to sit down with you, do a one-on-one. I do a lot of Zooms with him instead of having him come in. I just do a lot of Zooms. It just works out better. So, all right, thank you, Matt.
Thank you
Thank
very
you, thank you,
much.
thank you. All right, so then we also have, oh, woo, maybe. Sorry about that. We have our cappers for 2023. Holly, if you could put the names out there and then we can clap. They're right behind you. Yep. So these are the cappers from half year from January until now. And we have a little goodie bag with a bunch of stuff in it for them. So round of applause as we yell out who they are. Christy Hall. We have this here for you, Christy. It's here at the office. Jed. Go ahead, grab yours. Yep, you got to get up and actually get it. Yes, yeah, it's again, cappers from January till now. Here, let me see. Let me see it. I'm gonna. Yeah, just so y'all can see my cute little bag. Rebecca is out of town, but we have all of your stuff here. We will keep it for you till you get back. Congratulations, cappers, so far 2023. We will do another recap. We always put you up whenever you do cap, but we have something special for you twice a year. So, all right, next up is Cragen, Mortgage in Minutes, Cragen. Okay. All right, here, right here's the, so they can see you.
Did you-
Have your- yeah, did it on my phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how's everybody doing?
Weird.
I'm gonna wake y'all up. I know my man put you to sleep a little bit. I'm just kidding.
Oh, poor- I hope not. That was free marketing.
No, usually I follow the law firm, so that's,
Mhm.
yours is way more upbeat than theirs usually is. Hold on, they're not on here anymore, are they? All right. Well, I'm gonna say something good about them then. So I had a client that's or an agent that is not a agent here at Coastal Town, and he was looking to buy a subject to property for himself. And he said, who should I use? And this is somebody, he does business with other law firms like Kaplan Law and stuff like this. I said, 10 out of 10, you need to call Austin at Jones Walker. I said, I guarantee they'll be able to help you. And within probably 48 hours or so, he was able to get the contract and everything that he needed from Jones Walker and Lake and from Austin. And mind you, that was during the time frame when Mr. Is it Jones who passed away? Can you help me out? Mr. Jones had passed away. So they, in the time frame that he got it, it was amazing considering they had a death in their family. So I'm just going to talk good about Jones Walker and Lake as well. I love working with Ashley and them over there at Jones Walker and Lake. They're very responsive and it makes my job a lot easier. Aside from that, I don't know, some of you might have known, I just got back from Switzerland. It was beautiful. While I was in Switzerland, I don't know if you can see the screen, but the news came out that I won a couple of awards at Cova Biz magazine, which is awesome. Thank you. So I got second place for best salesperson here in Hampton Roads. First place for best social media personality, which we all know I've been doing a lot more social media, trying to ramp up my social media game. That was actually one of my 2023 goals, is to ramp up social media. So I'm very pleased that I think that I'm following through with that one goal that I did have for myself. And then the one that really hits my heart is the business person of the year, because that is like one of the toughest categories to even place in. And somehow I got gold. And I say somehow because a lot of you that are here at Coastal Town have voted for me, because I pushed it to y'all, say, hey, please vote for me, as well as my sphere and friends and things like that. But I really have to say, I bring this up not as a dote on myself, as more of a thank you to you all that voted for me, because I know that there are people in this room and on Zoom that voted for me for this award. So I just want to say thank you so much. I'm super humbled. Like I legitimately like teared up when I saw that one because I know how competitive that category is for best business person of the year. I mean, imagine that's literally the number one, in my opinion, that's like number one out of all the individual awards for COVID Biz Magazine. And then another fun one was our team won best local company with a national presence. Obviously, my company is nationwide, but we got bronze award for that too. So that's a team award, so to speak. So, but like I said, I just want to say thank you so much for your votes. For those of you who did take I think it takes like 5 minutes probably to set up the whole thing. So yes, it takes time. So I appreciate it a lot. I know that, that's all I can say. Thank you so much. I'm very humbled. All right, next up. So as you all know, we do Freedom Boat Club events. We're doing an open to the public Freedom Boat Club event. It's going to be on July 24th at 6:30. If you loved our Freedom Boat Club event with you all and you want to go on another one, we're going to do one very similar to the one we had. So like I said, if you want to sign up for that, let me know. I can send you the information on that. I'm going to a conference in Vegas this weekend, and July has been the traveling month for me. So the big thing with this conference is that we're super excited about. A lot of you probably see my social media and it's called a talking head, when we just give information on real estate virtually. So where we get these scripts from is from the gentleman where we're going to the conference. It's a nationwide guy. Barry Habib is a big partner with this gentleman too. So we're super excited. It's a sold out conference. It's going to be like over 1,000 people that are in the mortgage and real estate industry. I'm super excited because it's very social media driven. And I'm the most excited because I'm hoping we're going to talk a lot about AI. So if you're not on the AI train yet, you will be very soon, or you're going to be left in the dust. I say that because AI, we all know, is taking over to the point when I was in Geneva, Switzerland. I didn't get a picture of it, like an actual picture, but anyway, doesn't matter. Next to the United Nations flags that they have at the bridge in Geneva, they had smart AI or AI for good is what it said. So Geneva, Switzerland literally has flags next to the United Nations flags that says AI for good. Trust me, if you're not on board yet, it's coming. So and it's a good thing. It's going to help us with our business and marketing and things of that sort. So that's why I'm super excited about the conference, to learn that and to network with other people from around the country so that I can make myself a better salesperson and just, learn more about my industry and how to get better. Anyway.
And we also, once a quarter now, we're going to have Brian Buffini classes, thanks to Cragen.
Yeah, so we do
So
them.
we're going to bring them here so that you
Yeah.
guys can come in and have some Brian Buffini training.
So we do them every quarter. We have been switching it up to different locations. We've done them at Gather. We did them recently at Creed. And like I said, with our next one, we're going to plan on doing here for you all at Coastal Town. And so tell your other friends that are at other brokerages to come, because it's a really good training. Not training, it's more so like a bullet points of where the market's at. So he just did his mid-year review yesterday. And let me find my notes for a second. Okay. So, of course, let me grab my phone. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead, you're gonna have to hurry though.
So the things that he kind of discussed on that was. All right. So he said, basically, we all talked about rates a lot. People don't want to move out of their home because they're married to the rate, right? But he's saying that basically when the rates go back down to 4s and 5s, that we're going to be seeing a lot more people say, okay, well, I'm not in love with this 3% rate as much as anymore because I want to buy a new home. So just know that is coming. A couple of things he said, don't focus on what the media says, because they publish confusing and conflicting reports from one like CNN to MSNBC to Fox News. They all are going to tell you different things. So that's what I've talked about it before. We have to really talk to our clients about that. Like, don't pay so much attention to what the media says, because they only tell you what you want to hear, or scare you for sure. Real estate makes up 16% of our economy. 3 million households in the country right now make up $150,000 a year, and they're renting. That's huge. He's saying that rates are going to fall by the end of the year, and again in 2024. They've all been saying rates are going to fall third and fourth quarter this year. Well, guess what? They haven't really moved yet. They haven't started trending, but who knows? We'll see where the world takes us in that regards. And then one of my favorite statements: marry the house, update the rate. He basically said that as well. And then I think that's pretty much it. There was one other class we have coming up. It's on Tuesday, July 18th. I'm going to send the RSVP to Thomasina so that she can send it to you all if you all want to go. I'll just read what it says. Part one is it's credit. Want to add a few extra closings this year. Learn how credit score works and to help your buyers become homeowners. One of the easiest ways to earn more commissions is to help borderline credit borrowers improve their financial situation and in turn become homeowners. In part one of the 4-part series, Inventive Commission Growth Strategies, we will explore easy ways to help educate your buyers on how to bump up their credit score and get qualified to buy a new home. And that's going to be at the Norfolk Gather on July 18th at 10 a.m. So like I said, we'll send that through the emails that you all get.
Remember text.
Yeah, and text messages.
Bill,
And
you are up
That's
next,
pretty
sir.
much it. Thank you again.
Thanks.
I appreciate you very much.
Thanks, Reagan. Hi, Bill.
Good morning. Jordan, can you please?
You can come over here to the microphone. They can see you from there.
Oh.
That side. Yeah.
All right, so first few things, I'm not gonna double dip on everything, you know, a lot of the market's still the same. But guys, I closed 9 loans last month. For the 9, we definitely showed them the financial of how it's cheaper to buy than it is to rent. So don't give up on pushing people towards us. Let us partner with you. Let us show them how financially it's cheaper for them, long-term, short-term, everything else. We'll be your partners with that. That's our job. We're gonna help you through that process. So keep working it. I had my team work through what we call we use our CRM, and we go through our nurtures once a month. We go through our leads once a week. We go through our pre-approvals once a week and make sure we're touching them. Well, our CRM from our nurture, we picked up 3 leads that were over 9 to 12 months old. Well, we did that because we're making phone calls. We're not just sending texts. We're not just sending emails. They are on drip campaigns. So don't lose focus because it's going to be a big year next year, but you got to build your bench. So I encourage you, we can do a pizza night. We can make it a call night. We can do whatever we want to do. If people want to be motivated. And I also want to remind you that we are having a class this Friday with Rebecca. It's on your Facebook page about Cash the Keys. Look forward to seeing you people there. If you cannot be there, you can definitely join in on the Zoom. And other than that, that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Thanks, Bill. Thanks. Now, Sarah's not here, but she did send a 1-minute video. So we're going to go ahead and play that. And then Tina, you are up next, ma'am, just in case you want to get prepared. Oh, or not. Why didn't I play? Oh no. Well, that's not good. Huh. No, she said it was playing earlier. I guess it's just not. Sorry about that, guys. All right, Tina, you are up.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, I don't know why that stupid thing is on the back of me. Let's see. Okay. The only thing I'm going to touch base on, and I made a post, I think on Friday, Madison and I are getting a lot of calls from clients that closed without a home warranty, and now we're having problems. We're back to that scenario again. So please, if you do not feel comfortable talking about warranties, please direct them to us and let us educate the clients, because the worst thing that can happen is they are not educated, or they don't know and they don't get it. Then they have a problem, and then they call to get coverage, and then they're very frustrated because the coverage isn't going to fix the problem that they have right now. So just, within the first 60 days, we see an average of 2 claims on every contract. Doesn't mean they're buying lemons. It just means things are work differently for one client to the next. But please do not hesitate to reach out to us with any questions. Again, if it's just we're working on a deal and we're not sure if this is something that we should ask for a warranty, we're happy to answer those questions as well. That's all I got.
Right, thank you. All right, Lucy's love notes. Dun, 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 dun. I don't even have any music to tell you, hey.
I want the Darth Vader theme.
Oh, well, I could have done that. I wish I would have thought about that. I would have put it up. Yes, it is. Yes, you're quite aware of it. Yeah.
Your new cheat sheet packages are loaded in the files of the Facebook page
Mhm.
with all of the new documents, with all of the pretty little suggestions and how you should fill out the things. All of that's there.
Mhm.
And the new document recordings are likely on YouTube or.
Yep, they're already on there.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I did videos for all that too. So at 2 AM, when you're stressing out over how you're gonna fill out your contract, download the cheat sheets and go to YouTube, grab a soda and
Yeah,
enjoy yourself.
Because Lucy's sleeping at 2 a.m.
Yes.
We also have all of the docs are in Brokerment, easy to access through your checklist. They've been checked, double checked.
If you have a checklist that you have cultivated and put together from before July 1st, delete it and start over. Because when you pull in whatever you've saved before, it's gonna be wrong. And you're gonna get all of those kicked back.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yep.
Number 2, I want to reiterate that we're a little short in the admin world right now. Carla is one person doing the job of about 18 people. So give her some grace, give her a little leeway. If you can get your listing documents in 2 or 3 days in advance to give her time to make sure everything's right and get it in for the what is it, incomplete, so you can add your pictures and stuff. But don't expect, number one, she's not gonna start working nights and weekends because there are fewer admins. She still needs downtime. She's got to recharge, rejuvenate, and be available for you guys at her best. So keep in mind, she's one person, I'm one person. We have distinctly different jobs. I don't have access to your listings in Ring.
But I will tell you this, so we have virtual admin that are assisting right now, so we're not really down anybody. But
They don't. know
the
all
rule was, well, no, they're good to go, but the rule has always been that nights and weekends are not admin, guys. They work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. It's always been that case. That hasn't changed, even if we had 15 of them. You can't have them work nights and weekends. Like, they have to have time off. So they work the 40 hours a week. They work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. There shouldn't be listings going up on a Sunday. There should be listings going up Thursday, Friday, but not Saturday and Sunday. That's
Well,
not how
and
listings should be
I'm
going
gonna
up.
say, I don't want listings. You can't turn in your listing documents at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon and expect that to go live. Those documents need to be in by the end of business the day before you want the deal to go live.
And Carla
Otherwise,
does,
we
she can
don't-
get them in if you get them in by 1 or 2, but I mean, you've got to understand that she's leaving at 5, right? And people just keep asking more and more and more of the admin. And again, it doesn't matter if we have 10 or 15. Nights and weekends, they're not in because there's no one to check, double check, recheck, have it in. Next thing you know, we have a million different issues and you guys are pulling things back and then we're running all over the place. 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, there's 40 hours in there that you guys can get your documents in for a listing to go live. We've never had a problem with it. I don't know why all of a sudden it's coming up multiple times now. So we have to say it. We're not trying to be mean or rude or anything, but there is no nights and weekends with the admin.
Well, and additionally, don't bombard me. I'm one person. I'm dealing with thousands of pages of the things you guys are turning in to make sure that we're staying out of realtor jail. Don't text me, I just turned it in. I just turned it in. I just turned it in. If you don't see that I've looked at it within 24 to 36 hours, then say, hey, I turned this in a day and a half ago. Have you seen it or do we have a glitch? Don't assume that I need nudging, please. Because honestly, I rarely end a day with anything left in my inbox or anything left to review.
Yeah, very rarely. Well, we just have never had an issue and all of a sudden we're having these
We're
like,
having
I
one-
want something right now and I don't know why that's coming up, but that's why we're addressing it. There has to be time and we also address things off of emergency, so whenever you call, make sure you leave a message or a text if we're on the phone or doing something else, we address things off of emergency. But for some reason right now, I don't know if it's the newer agents that we have coming in or what the issue is, but we just need to reiterate it again. I honestly don't really see anybody in this room right now that we've had any issues with. So I know you guys are kind of like looking at me like I got 2
Yeah.
heads, but you guys are tenured. You've been here for a minute,
But we gotta say it to everybody
Yeah.
because it's currently an issue.
Yep.
Because summer and these are the busy months, so maybe.
But we as admin and behind the scenes are keeping pace with you guys. Just don't try and push us any further than we're able to go.
Yeah.
Okay?
And make sure an emergency is an emergency. Sometimes when we tell you, hey, that's not emergency, it needs to be done the next day, because we have true emergencies that are calling for us right then and there. So if we're telling you this can be done tomorrow, you know, it's because it can be, and there's somebody else who's literally losing a deal at the table that we're trying to save. So Jed, losing a deal at the table, like literally 2 hours left.
Yeah. The other thing is just a little reminder that I find out after 5 o'clock today if I have jury duty tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I will put it in Facebook if I find out that I'm gonna be unreachable, because as you
Yeah.
know, I'm not allowed any electronic devices.
Yeah, but I'm there. I'm here.
So I will be sure to let y'all know, and hopefully if I do get called in tomorrow, that will be it for the month, that I won't have to go repeatedly. But I got lucky last week after the holiday. I was really glad that I didn't have to jump in last week, but I have a sneaking suspicion that tomorrow is my day.
Yeah, but me and the mentors are here, so don't worry, we
Are
got you
there
covered.
Any questions from anybody regarding the new contract stuff, the new situations, anything you've gotten returned?
Check the chat just to make sure. No. No. Okay, we're good
All
there.
right, thank you.
Sorry for that, guys. We just had to say, it came up more than 2 or 3 times. We got to talk about it, you know? And again, it might just be the new agents that are coming in, but we definitely do. All right, Carla for admin agenda. Well, one of the things that the admin need help on, obviously, besides what we just said, you need to make sure that whenever you have a referral, that the information's in there, that you're able to have the person that we have to send the check to. We need to know their W-9. We need to make sure that the company's name's in there. We can't send a check to an individual. It needs to be the company, because it's the same thing with the brokerage. Number 2, whenever you are calling the admin, remember the admin are not licensed. Your license questions go to Lucy. Lucy is your first line of defense, unless you have a mentor. If you have a mentor, then the mentor is your first line of defense, then Lucy. Make sure that you are doing that. Carla and the other admin are there for you to utilize for system issues, you know, like brokerment, things like that, or them putting the listing into RAIN, you know, all of the RAIN questions. But contract questions are definitely Lucy. I'm here to help you build your business. I do the one-on-ones with you to help you further your business. My Calendly is still up. Same link, has never changed. I help you with those. But those are the areas, just so you know. I just don't want you having to jump from person to person to person. Of course, we'll send you to the right one. Also, everybody needs a buddy. So everyone needs a buddy, because when you go on vacation, you can't call Thomasina and say, hey, I'm on vacation, I need you to do something. That happened 4 times in the last month. Big smile on my face. I love that you guys are going on vacation. Just know the minute you go on vacation, what happens, Holly? Yep, your business picks up. So the best way to get your business to pick up is to go on vacation. So, and I'm okay with it. I want you to go on multiple vacations. I just can't take over your business when you're on vacation. You have to have a buddy, and you can't go on vacation without giving somebody your business, because everybody should be busy no matter what. And if you're not, I promise you're going to get a client the minute you go out of town. So have a buddy now. That way you guys can trade off. When you go out of town, they help you. When they go out of town, you help them. Get a buddy immediately. You need a buddy. Get 2 buddies, Jordan says, or 3, because she had buddies and they didn't, something happened, and then that buddy backup didn't happen. And so 2 or 3, as she is saying, but at least have one. Yeah. So definitely get a buddy and work through that. You will need one, and I want you to go on vacation. All right, we have tons of events. I'm trying to get through this because it's almost 11:30. So of course, Stump the Brokers every Tuesday. It is where most of our information is given out, and it is good info. It is not recorded, because names, brokerages, and possibly even a little bit of voodoo is thrown out into that meeting. And so we need to make sure that you guys are there. If you can come, it's a lot of info. Again, even our tenured agents, Nikki and Munesh, speak for the Stump the Broker Tuesday. Do you learn things in there? Every time. They seriously have done more transactions than anybody else in this office, and they still learn every single time we go in, as do I, as does Lucy. We all learn. We bring the attorneys in when we need. We got lenders in there. We have tenured agents, we have mentors, we have teams, we have individuals. It is an amazing thing. You guys should be there. We do have a pop by and Notapalooza, which is going to be on the 18th. So July 18th, I won't be here, but July 18th, there'll be pop by and Notapalooza. Notapalooza is whenever Cragen brings in a lot of thank you notes. You can handwrite your thank you notes and send them out, or you can always type up the thank you notes and sign it and even glue it into the thank you. There's also going to be pop buys with it. Always do the pop buys. Why? Because you can always use them for door knocking or events that you go to or your kids' games. You can always use pop buys to drop off your info. It is free marketing. You pay for nothing. You guys are losing your minds not doing that. It is free. It is free, free, free. We have other things that are coming this year with training as well. But one of the big things is August 12th from 11 to 2 is our family fun day. So you and your spouse and your children, please bring everybody, come out, have an amazing time. There's going to be raffles and games and foods and prizes. We always ask everyone just to bring a side dish. We're going to have a huge barbecue like we did in the previous years. This is our 4th time doing it, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to have the baskets just like we did before, which everybody loved. We're going to have the 50-50 raffle. We're going to have cornhole and frisbee and soccer and football, all kinds of things. So it's for you, spouse or significant other, or even if you want to bring a friend or a sister or a brother. And then your children as well. So come on out. We just need to know how many are coming. Bring a side dish, but we have plenty for all. It is going to be a great time. Rain or shine, we will be there because we'll set up with tents and have music and I don't know, all kinds of stuff. It'll be a good time. So that is on the 12th of August. Now let's play our music. Whoop. Listing agents of the month, listing team of the month, closing agent of the month, listing team of the month. Closing agent of the month unit. The $1 Million Club. Now we got our birthday.
Ready? Let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
We didn't have as many as we do, so we didn't have, but happy birthday, everybody. And then we have our anniversaries, which we have changed the tune and the song for the anniversaries because we feel like you should be having the time of your life whenever you're here for all these years. So congratulations everyone on the work of bursary. And then we're going to close in prayer. I don't see any more comments up there. And we are only going to be a couple minutes late. And I think that is miraculous in itself. We're going to thank the Lord for that. Here we go. Lord, thank you so much for keeping us on time today. I was a little worried halfway through, so I appreciate you speeding it up and us all getting the information we need. I pray for our upcoming events. I pray for our lenders, our closing attorneys, all of our vendors and our agents and their families. It is about to get hot and heavy out there, and that is not just the temperature. So I want you to be with them. I want you to guide them. We're all going to be stressed, but in a good way is what I pray. It's going to be a very prosperous season, and it is in your name we pray. Amen. All right, guys. Amen. And I will see you all either in here or around or at the Family Fun Day. Bye, guys. Ah, you're so funny.